Hi, hello all. Welcome to How to Manage Devices Community, a special meeting for the year end. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
This is kind of a special meeting just before the year end party and the holidays. In this meeting, we are going to share some of our thoughts about this year's technology features and next year what is the exciting thing coming for the next year. I will start from my side first. I think most exciting thing happened for me this year from a technology feature perspective is Windows 365 Cloud PC. Okay, so I think 2 years back I started working with AVD, and then suddenly one day Microsoft announced Windows 365, and that removes lot of things which we need to do from an infrastructure side of thing, Azure side of things, Azure portal side of things, right? And it made it very easy. That was the exciting thing for me this year, that is 2021. And the probably will go around with this year's feature, exciting feature for all of you, and then we'll come back and speak about next year's exciting feature, right? What is the expectation, etc. So who wants to go first? Saurabh,
Yeah,
probably
sure.
you are
Yeah.
the best one.
Yes, I'll go. Yeah. So if I do a flashback of 2021 and if I talk about the features, then yeah, hands down, Windows 365 is something which would definitely get a mention. And for me, Windows 365 is more special because I was in a way engaged with Windows 365 since starting of 2020, back when Windows 365 was still in private preview. So I had an opportunity to test it out when we were still doing it within Microsoft, and I was really looking forward to it when we announced it in public, and then we saw phases wherein we ran out of trial licenses and we had to pause it for some time, and we got a very good reception, right? So yeah, Windows 365 definitely the next big thing. And yeah, if I have to talk about what is it that I am really looking forward to and excited in 2022, then probably I would say the manageability of Linux as a OS. I see that that is also a very anticipated thing. Now, again, I'm not exactly sure what is the kind of response that we are going to get. Is it going to be as big as Windows 365 or not? I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that Linux is something that might be a little new for few of us, given that we have had an opportunity. I mean, traditionally we had an opportunity to work with Windows, then we saw Android and iOS coming into the mix, and now we are going to see one more operating system, right? So yeah, I mean, fingers crossed and really looking forward to it. And yeah, that's all I had at the top of my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great stuff. So let's move on to the next. Who's going next?
I will go next. So, 2021, it's kind of mostly I'm working in SCCM and Intune and part of other tools like security tool like SecureWorks and Sentinel One, and uh, having a bit of challenges on the Intune and autopilot stuffs. It's very interesting learning a lot. I learn a lot from that because we working in the service industry, having different customers, different thoughts, got an idea, a lot of things. Coming to 2022, it's I would preferably going into a lot of transformations, wherein moving most of the customers into totally into the cloud, supporting autopilot and Intune instead of having SSCM everything's a lot of transformation projects are coming up to the company. So looking forward to work with a lot of technical tools in coming 2022. So my work is mostly into Intune and autopilot and Windows Defender and Analytics. Yes, part of Windows 365 as well as yes, most of the companies are going with VMware Horizon Client, and so we are supporting going with. I'm proposing with Windows 365 as well coming to the new customers. Hopefully, we give some good result in coming year.
That's great to hear. Okay, who is next?
I think I can go next. 2021 has been the most exciting work that I did would be hands down the hybrid Azure Ready join thing that I did for one of the clients, curating the flow for reducing the tickets for that Azure Ready PRT related issue that we generally see with the devices. Other than that, like the biggest feature release from Microsoft would be hands down Windows 365. That's definitely a case which has got quite a lot of attention. And but for me, if I have to say, then I would be specifically looking out for when Windows 365 will have the Azure AD join support as the cloud native solution. Because even though Microsoft says that cloud only is the best option that you would be looking for to go into modern management, then when they bring out new features, they come out with the hybrid support for the first time. The same has happened with AVD. The same happened with Windows 365. Then the other thing definitely would be Windows 11 was quite a surprise because long back when Windows 10 was released, it was said to be the last version of Windows, and then you get the 2025 end of life. So 2022, 2023, like the coming years will be a lot of work for the current organization enterprises with large number of devices, basically because they have to start their POCs and their pilots running Windows 11 to like get their entire infrastructure moved to Windows 11 by 2025. So that's something that I will be looking for in the coming years. And in terms of like I would say I have seen some really wonderful works done by the team, the developer team back at Microsoft, working on improving the reporting on on Intune. So currently, like the autopilot deployment status, a report that is still in preview, but it comes in a lot of help when we are troubleshooting, and like if you have to see the trends of what apps are failing during the provisioning, so you can take a step in there. Gives a precise timing of how long the device ran in ESP and where it failed. But yeah, there are works to be improved, but the work the team is doing is definitely something that is commendable. So that's from my side. Yeah.
That's great, great stuff. Who's going next?
Yeah, I will go next, Anup. Uh, for me, 2021, right? I worked majority of the time with SCCM, and now almost more than half the year I've worked with SCCM, and now with Intune I started. What I observed, right? Rather than telling any specific feature, what I would like to say is the trend, what is happened because of the pandemic situation, right? How the IT has moved because of this COVID situation. Lot of people started moving to the cloud management gateway. The pace at what they are moving to the cloud, right, was lot actually. People started working remotely, the patch management, all those things, right, which was happened. It was there from several years, but in last 1 year it was drastic movement. People like it was moving, and it's working actually. Even though it has got some challenges, but it started working, and people started saying it's okay, it's getting patching, all things are working fine. CMG is just one example I am saying, and overall, right, that's the different features in SCM Intune, how it adapted to the cloud during this pandemic situation, right? That's the one. What's the next year? What I'm excited is because of the hybrid workplace, because most of the companies are moving to the hybrid method, right? So how the technology will move to that, that's good, because many people will start coming to office now back. So the policies what we said earlier, how it is going to get configured, because I have seen many cases where because of people working from home, the policies are set for remote management. Now when they come to office, they will see some different behavior, so now the adjustment has to happen. So that change, right, we will be seeing in next year. Many people comes to office. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, good points, Vimal. And now let's move on to I don't know who wants to go next. Dave or Jitesh.
Yeah, I will. So for me, like as you all mentioned about, also I got a more chance to work involved in the modern technology for the Intune. So that was for most exciting for me for this year 2021. And in terms of technology, the Windows in the cloud PC was more exciting for me in the next year as the Windows 365 business recently got many admin capabilities improvement as announced with the Microsoft Ignite. So we can expect some more exciting feature. And in terms of the enterprise edition, we are also much awaiting about the Azure joint capabilities. It is all the exciting for the next year as well as for this year.
That's good. Yeah, a good summary about Windows 365 business and enterprise and exciting features. Right. That's good. Yeah, the last one, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
last
So
but not the least, right?
yes, in my point of view, right? So obviously that Windows 365, like a cloud PC, it's a new things for me working with SCCM. Okay, when I joined this project in my current company, Microsoft Defender. Okay, we are managing from SCCM here. We are just retiring the semantics. Now we are onboarded to Microsoft Defender of Windows 11, right? Okay, so that was really exciting, as Joy said, right? So Microsoft said, okay, so Windows 10, will be the last version. So finally they released
They
the Windows.
I don't think Microsoft officially announced that, but somebody from the marketing in Ignite
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah, yeah.
they mentioned something like that. That is what I heard. I don't know. Right.
Yeah,
Correct.
but
Oh,
but
yeah,
it was actually in the press release.
Okay.
I understand.
yeah.
Fair
So yeah,
enough.
so
Fair enough.
yeah. So that was new for me, yeah. And going in future, like 2022 or 2023. So everyone is know, like we are working with this hybrid model, right? That is one exciting thing for me. So
Okay, great.
basically, I have started working into Intune as well. So let's see.
Lot more
Yeah.
blogs coming from you than on Intune technologies,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think that is good summary, right? Everybody provided their perspective, and I think the exciting thing for me for the next year is basically the user experience piece of virtual desktop, right? VDI user experience. So that is the exciting change I want to see, at least from an organizational perspective. Nowadays, if you are a primary user of a virtual VDI, and if you are getting a multi-session VDI, and then the end user experience is not that great, right? Because every day it will automatically get switched off every evening, and then again the next day morning you need to go and start the VM, and like it will get automatically started, but you need to launch all the application, log in, launch all the applications, and arrange it, right? And that is not a great user experience, I would say. That is something I want to see changing. Probably it is going to take some time. I'm not saying like multi-session scenario will go away, because there are different other scenarios. I mentioned about only the primary user scenario, right? There are other scenarios, like if you are a, I don't know, third party contractor, and if you are supporting another company, then probably if that is your VDI is your secondary device, or device which will be used only for 2 hours in a day or something, then in that scenario, yes, that should be fine. We don't consider that as a impact in the user experience, etc., right? So that is my take on the VDI part of it for the next year. So let's see. Anything else anybody
No,
wanted to add?
no, that's a good point, Anup. In even so me, I'm thinking about on the physical devices, the user experience when the organization is totally moving into hybrid autopilot and hybrid ID join, right? So how are we going to capture the user experience by basically, right? From the device has been proficient from the end user side. Once they log in, the apps get installed. That usually the productivity is improved by doing that, wherein overall MTTR, like the user new joining get joined, the laptop being ordered and delivered, it's taking a lot of time, right? So yes, a lot of improvements, but how are we going to achieve in overall user experience by having a lot of improvement in place? See, every organization follow different methods, right? So some organization, they ship the laptop from their office, some organization wants to ship the laptop from the vendor, OEM vendor, right? So that's maybe a big challenge, and capturing the user experience and helping the organization improvement on overall kind of incidents, follow remediations, right? That's a big challenge for next year. Yes.
Okay. Any last comments? I think after that, probably we can close. It's already late over here.
Yeah, it's not late for me. I can continue.
Even for me also.
Yep.
Yeah, this is just normal actually. This is the time we normally start a day actually.
Yeah. For me, it's like afternoon. Yeah.
Thank you all for joining today in this quick meeting. What do you want to say to your to the viewers, HTMD community viewers? Any last words? Happy holidays or something something fancy. I'm going to get married or something like that. Any any news?
Maybe Joy will drop a bomb and make an announcement like that. So I'll let him
No.
speak first.
No. There is no such plans from my side or things like
No,
that.
no such plans from my side as well.
All right.
No,
Then I
you.
would like to say that yeah, happy holidays to everybody, and yeah, I mean with this Omicron scare, it seems that yeah, I mean it might be a while before which we might be back to office. So yeah, I mean all I can say is yeah, let's stay at home, stay safe, and stay tuned for the next HTMD community session, probably which is coming soon, and Anup sir is going to release the dates whenever it's finalized.
Yep.
Just to add to that, I would say like we have been locked up at our houses for quite a long time, which like many of the people are not accustomed to. Like nothing new for me because I have been working from home since 2019. So I have not seen the office building for 2 years, and I don't wish to as well. But then there are people who are like dying to get back to the office, and I don't know why. But they have their own reasons. But yeah, go out and enjoy, but don't forget about the protection and the precautions that is necessary, otherwise this will continue for more. So that's what, and enjoy the holiday sessions.
Yep.
Okay, I think on that note, we can close. And once again, thank you all for joining in. And see you next
Thank
time.
you.
Bye
Thanks,
bye.
thanks everyone. Nice
Bye
to see
bye.
you all.
Bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank you all.
Take
Bye
care,
bye bye
everybody.
bye
Bye
bye.
bye.